Welcome back to another video of Math Time School. So, sorry guys for not being able to upload for the past month, actually. I've been kind of busy, but don't worry, I'll start uploading now. Okay, so, let's work on this I can. So don't worry, we will finish high school geometry and I'll do other courses. So explain and use the relationship between sine and cosine of complementary angles. So, hopefully you guys know what complementary angles are. So, complementary angles are basically two angles that, when added up, equal 90 degrees. So, these 1 and 2 would be complementary angles because when both of them are added up, they equal 180. Because in a triangle, all the angles added up equal 180, and then once you subtract 90, that'd be 90 is equal to 1 plus 2, which means they're complementary. So, as you can tell from the ICAN, there is a relationship between the sine and cosine of these two values. So, sine of 1, keeping it simple, sine of 1 is equal to cosine of 2, and vice versa. So, cosine of 1 or 2 is equal, let's do 1. Cosine of 1 is equal to sine of 2. So basically, the sine of the other one of the complementary angles is equal to the cosine of the other. So let's look at this example. So sine of A is 15 over 40 because sine is opposite over hypotenuse, 15 over 40. Cosine of B is 15 over 40 because it's adjacent over hypotenuse. Cosine of A is adjacent over hypotenuse, so AC over 40, and then sine of B is opposite over hypotenuse, which is AC over 40. So you can notice that sine of A is equal to cosine of B, and that sine of B is equal to cosine of A. And I guess there's another relationship that tangent of A is just the flipped version of tangent of B, but anyway. So from the observation above, we can tell that sine of A is equal to cosine of B, and that cosine of A is equal to sine of B. So we can now conclude that sine of A is congruent to cosine of B, because if AB, only if AB are acute angles of a right triangle. So basically, if they're acute and complementary. So if we write B as an expression, we can see that B is just equal to 90 degrees minus A, or A is equal to 90 minus B. Right? Because if they're complementary, A plus B is equal to 90. And so if you just subtract by B, you get A is equal to 90 minus B, or B is equal to 90 minus A. So now we get that sine of A is equal to, we just substitute in this value. We get 90 minus A, and then cosine of A is equal to sine, and then substitute A, the value of, the value of B, which is 90 minus A. Yep. Okay, so again, we can now conclude that sine of theta is equal to cosine of a 90 minus theta, and that cosine of theta is equal to sine of 90 minus theta. So theta is the constant. Okay, so again, this meaning that both of these angles would be complementary. So now let's do a few problems. So if sine of 30 degrees equals 1/2 and cosine of theta is equal to 1/2, find theta. So we both know that they equal the same value, right? So 1/2. Since they equal the same half, so we know that they are both complementary and acute. So we know that 30 degrees plus theta is equal to 90, and then so using a bit of algebra, we can do let me just quickly write this out. X plus 30 is equal to 90 minus 30 from both sides. You get X is equal to 60. So we get theta is equal to 60. Example 2, if sine of 3x plus 4 is equal to cosine of x plus 24, find x. So again, we know that sine of this value is equal to cosine of this value. So we can just substitute in 3x plus 4 as A and x plus 24 as B. So we get that sine of A is equal to cosine of B. And knowing that, we know that A A and B are both acute, and so we can just add these values up. So it'd be A plus B is equal to 90, and then, you can just substitute in the values of A and B. And then, so you'd add these up, common, easy algebra, combine like terms, subtract 34 and divide by 4, getting you x is equal to 14. So if sine of 15 degrees is equal to 0.26 and cosine of 15 degrees is equal to 0.97, find sine of 75 and cosine of 75. So since cosine of 15 degrees is equal to 9.7, so the counterpart would be sine, and the counterpart added up would be 90. And so in this case, it would be 75. So because 15 plus 75, 90 degrees, and cosine of A is equal to sine of B. And then the same thing with sine of 15 degrees is equal to cosine of 75, and we get that here. So in right triangle ABC, we find that C is 90 degrees, so that's the right angle, and sine of A is equal to x plus 0.01, and that cosine of B is equal to 2x minus 0.04. Find x. So again, we know that sine of A is equal to cosine of B. So we set these two values equal to each other, right? Sine of A is equal to cosine of B, and then substitute in sine of A, which is x plus 0.01, and cosine of B, which is 2x minus 0.04. And then add 0.4 to both sides, you get 0.5 equaling, and then you subtract x for both sides, you get 0.5 is equal to x. So, thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something new. Again, I am very sorry that I forgot to upload for the past month, but I will be uploading regularly starting today, really. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.